So, you want to be a 3D artist? Well, let me give you a roadmap on this amazing journey that you have chosen. Hello, everyone. My name is Abdullah Denzel, and you are welcome to my channel. Today, I have for you 5 tips to get you started on the journey to 3D art. Now, today, I'm going to be compiling all the tips I have learned as a 3D artist. So, let's get into it. Tip number 1: understand your software. Now, this is something that I personally struggled with as a beginner because I basically looked up 3D software to use and I downloaded it and just started using it immediately, but I never looked into what my software could do. And I am a Blender artist, so I downloaded Blender and I got into using it, and I never fully understood what Blender was capable of. I kept using it as a modeling tool, not knowing that it had so much capabilities to be exploited. So you want to understand your software so that you'll be able to exploit it for what it's worth. Blender now is a modeling tool. You can use it for rigging and various other things, rendering. And I knew this as only a modeling tool, so you can imagine how much I was limiting myself and limiting my work. It doesn't matter the type of app you're using. It could be Blender, it could be Maya, or even ZBrush. You still have to have a basic understanding of what your software can do, and when you understand this, then and only then will you be able to fully exploit what it is worth. Now, this is across many other software. For example, Maya, you could go into their website. What I recommend is go into the website, look up what the app can do, and just find out. Alright, let's go into tip number 2. Watch tutorials to learn and not to recreate. Now, this is something I see a lot of beginners struggle with. They go online, they go on YouTube, and they search Blender beginner tutorials, and they watch these tutorials, and they basically recreate what the 3D artist is teaching, and they recreate this artwork almost exactly, but they have not really learned anything from this. Now, this is something that you're going to struggle with as a beginner. You are going to want to watch tutorials a lot to be able to learn from them, but at the end of the day, you might find yourself doing exactly what the artist teaching is doing. You're going to recreate the work, so you want to be able to understand from this tutorial and then reapply it into your own personal work, because that is what the end result is all about. You have to be able to reapply the knowledge you gain from these tutorials into your own personal work, and then and only then can you be able to fully understand what you have watched in these tutorials. Well, I have a very simple plan to help you so you get as much as you can from a tutorial. It goes: you watch, you follow along, and then you watch it again. It is really simple. That is all you have to do. You watch it, then you follow along, then you watch it again. Now, what this practically does is you tend to learn better when you apply what you have learned. Now, when you watch it the first time, you have a basic understanding of what is going to come. Then when you follow along, you're applying it into a project, and then you watch it again just to re-inform yourself on what you have learned. It's just like revising what you have already studied, and this will help you so much. You will find yourself growing so much as an artist when you start to watch tutorials to learn and not just to recreate. Alright guys, now let's go into the next tip. Tip number 3 is learn from different sources. Now, as much as I want you to be a devoted subscriber to this channel, and if you have not already done so, please subscribe, I want you to learn from different sources. Now, as a beginner, I will say it again, I made a lot of mistakes. One of them was that I always watched tutorials from one particular artist, and he was a good artist, yes. I will not mention his name. He was a good artist, yes, but he could not teach everything, and that is the basic reason why you have to learn from different sources, because one person cannot know it all. So you basically want to learn from everywhere you have, everywhere you can. Now the next tip number 4, is specialize then diversify. Now I'm going to try to explain this as clearly as possible. So let me try to use an illustration. When you start out, let's say this is you. You're going to be wondering about moving, trying to find where exactly you want to be. Now, when you find it, that is specialization. You specialize in that particular field. Now, when you have specialized, you have to branch out to sort of set up. They will form sort of pillars. If you specialize in modeling, this could be lighting and rigging. Then these in turn will help you to set up pillars for the ultimate goal, which is to produce quality artwork. So I do advise that you specialize in a particular field, and then later on you can diversify and explore different options to help you, not because you do not know where you are heading, but because you want to be able to know different aspects of your field to grow better. Now let us go into tip number 5. Now, tip number 5 is one I consider to be most effective, and that is subscribe to my channel. Guys, please do not click away just yet. Now, I want to promise you that on this channel we'll be covering different things. We'll be covering 3D tutorials, 3D advice for beginners, and well, it does not matter your software. This should apply to all software, but I'm personally using Blender, so you will mostly be seeing Blender tutorials. This does apply to beginners, professionals, or even hobbyists. If you are not sure, this channel will get you on your right track. Well, we have come to the end of this tutorial, guys. I am very grateful. Thank you so much for watching. I never take your time for granted. I have linked my socials in the description. Follow me on Instagram at king_denzel.3d. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.